Hello, today we're going to talk about borders, page colors, and watermarks. Now, what in the heck do those things have to do with each other? Eh, I don't know, not much. I mean, I guess they're the kind of finishing touches that you can put on a poster, but the reason I'm grouping them together is they are all things that you can find under the Design tab. So, Design tab is a bunch of theme related things, but over here on the right you've got watermark, page color, and page borders. These things probably aren't going to help you with an essay, but they are nice finishing touches for a poster. This should be pretty short, so I'll start off with borders. I think that's the most straightforward one, I guess. So I want to see over here on the left, see how it's on none by default. That's a common thing that people mess up, because sometimes they'll like you can pick whatever you want, but if it's on none, nothing's going to happen. So you really have to make a decision. Do you want box, shadow, or 3D? I have no intention of showing you all three of those. If you want to learn about the three of them, then click on them and try them. They're all pretty similar. I'm just going to do box, which is the most plain one. Then you got these styles. These styles are weird because they don't have names, right? Like, I don't know. I'd call that the first one. That's the second one. That's the third one. And there's a lot of them, right? Like, how do you describe that one? I don't know. I'd call it the third one from the bottom, but they don't really have names. So it's pretty weird, actually. So just pick something. I'll do that one. Color by default, right? Normally you think of color as having like a black or red or some kind of color associated with it. Here it's just a drop down. It's on automatic, which is going to be black by default. I don't know, just pick a color. And then width. By default, it's half a point, which is very small. Heck, even like 2 1/4 is not that small. And then art is weird. Art is if you don't want. These are off the wall, like wacky borders. And I click OK, and I get something like that. Really cool for like a poster. For an essay, ridiculous. All right, so those are page borders. That one's pretty straightforward, I guess. Next one can be straightforward, and that's page color. Page color, you got these here. Notice there's some interesting things that happen. Like if you do a really dark background, then your font becomes white. Like I think people think of this default font as being black. It's actually automatic. Automatic means it is black unless the background is dark enough that it changes to white. Um, right, you can see. So a lot of these make your text pretty much impossible to read. I like the light ones, right? I mean, I don't know what else can I tell you about this. That's pretty straightforward. Now the thing that's not so straightforward is down in here under fill effects. So more often than not, you're probably just going to do a page color, but under fill effects, you can do all kinds of things like gradients, and that might be a good move. I'm going to show you textures. Textures are really cool, but they make the text pretty darn hard to read. Like here's brown paper bag. Pretty awesome looking, kind of. I mean, you can forget about reading the document. So that's why I say that these page colors they're not the coolest one. The cool ones were, just to show you that again, that was under fill effects, that was under like texture. There's all kinds of cool stuff you can do here, but the one that you're probably going to use the most is going to be those because that makes the text readable. All right, so showed you page borders, I showed you page colors. Now let's talk about watermarks. Now these things are both kind of related, right? Like you're making some kind of a picture looking document. Watermark is a different tool altogether. A watermark, so you got these generic ones like confidential and do not copy. If I do that, I did apply a watermark, but you can't see it. Well, sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. It's just not showing up. I'm telling you, I think it's there. So how do I determine that it's actually there? So it's a very light, faint image just behind. You can't see it. What I like to do is I go to page color and then I just mouse over black or something. Because the thing is, that watermark is almost the same color as the background, and it's just invisible. Yes, you can change that, but by default you might not be able to see it. And you see how it shows up differently with different backgrounds? When I'm grading these and I'm looking for a watermark, I don't just look at this and think there's no watermark. What I do is I go, oh, hey, let's see what it looks like with a black background. Oh, there's my watermark. All right, so usually watermarks are that. That's usually all there is to them. Under custom watermark, I'll show you a few things. A lot of stuff you can do. The thing that I like to ask people to do is a custom watermark, which is text watermark, and then so you can put like your name there, you know. I don't know, right? Something. It's a bunch of stuff. So if you ever have to make custom watermark, you can. If you're wondering where the color comes from, that's where it comes from. I don't know why you would ever really want to change the color of your watermark particularly, but I guess you could. You know, why do you use watermarks? Well, I don't really plan to explain that here today. And you see you can't see that big string of garbage, but now you can. So that's watermarks, page colors, and page borders. I don't even know what I'm supposed to think about doing. I know you hear this bell going in the background. There's probably going to be 11 of them. So let's just say that means a job well done on my end. Thanks for watching.